Yo, what it do? Your boy Shakes the Great back with another one. All right, folks. So this is just a different angle to the channel. Still gonna be my thoughts, my opinions, but this is gonna be me kind of reviewing a lot of channels that I like on YouTube that I watch myself, and maybe I think I introduce some of the content to you, and as well as give my little two cent on it. This one right here is from Soft White Underbelly, man. Salute to them. I'll leave a link in the bio. Love their channel. And Sadia Khan, I think I said her name right. Is a psychologist. I watched the whole thing, man. She broke a lot of things down to the atom, bro. So gotta give her props. And yeah, man. Let's review this thing real quick, man. Without further ado. All right. Let's go.
When you're a man who is dating a woman who's super attracted to you, regardless of how you feel about her, she's attracted to you. She treats you with respect. She'll be available. She'll be accessible. She'll be very easy to kind of get her to comply. She'll be all of those things that men are looking for. She'll be more agreeable, all of those things. But what pornography does is allow men to be hyper attached and attracted, and social media does this as well, to women who have no idea who they even are and have zero attraction to them. So they go into the real world in the pursuit of women, and they bypass whether she's attracted to them. They just want the most attractive woman in the world. And the treatment you get from women who are not attracted to you is completely different. They treat you as if you are a nuisance. They don't show you any desire. They don't show you any submission. And most of all, they don't show you any respect. So what's happening now is that we're cultivating households and relationships where men are idolizing women who have no respect for them in return because they're placing attractiveness on a pedestal. And this can only lead to unhealthy outcomes because women are the ones that file for divorce. And if you are selecting women who are not deeply attracted to you and not deeply invested in you, you're just delaying the divorce.
Man, she said a mouthful, bro. Where do I start? Oh my God. Fellas, I think our biggest problem is that conundrum we find ourselves in, to where sometimes, the things that you're attracted to, not attracted to you, and vice versa. But she has a strong point, man. You don't want to be the nuisance. You don't want to be, if she's not truly attracted to you, like she said, she's going to run you through the ringer, make you work hard as hell, not submitting, not being the most feminine she could be, the most desirable. I mean, a lot of the above, man, that you don't want. And so, yeah, I definitely got to give her that, fellas. Which one do you want? You know what I mean? It's like, I would say, man, just search till you can find something that you're attracted to and that's vice versa attracted to you. But other than that, man, humans are superficial. Men are superficial in that aspect. And then we don't give women enough credit for being superficial as well, man. A lot of women, bro, if they not attracted to you, then it's nothing you could do to make them, like you. You know what I mean? But let's continue a little bit or more on what she said real quick.
They think women don't care about attraction. This is the fundamental mistake men make. They think women don't need to be attracted, and we do. I'm not saying you need to be super handsome, but we have to be attracted to you, whatever that is. Some women are attracted to dad bods, some women are attracted to short men, some women are attracted to any race, any color, any size. But they have to have attraction for her to respect you and have a fear of losing you. Without this attraction, she has no fear of losing you. Zero. Attraction is fundamental for women. And what happens in this day and age, or this kind of culture, is back in the day, I'm not saying it was as essential. I would imagine in my parents' generation, particularly in Pakistan where I'm from, attraction was not relevant. It was not relevant. You can be happily married and so on and so forth. In this day and age where there are so many channels to meet men that you are attracted to and make you feel more attractive. When you have a man that you're attracted to giving you attention, as a woman you feel more desirable compared to a man that you're not attracted to. Like, for example, I might be waiting at the bus stop, and I can, if it's a really handsome man comes up to me and asks me for my number, I'll say, I'm really sorry, I'm taken, but thank you so much, have a great day. Now, if a crackhead comes and says that, I'll say, shut the fuck, get away from me. Attraction is the fundamental difference, is how I'm treating them. So when men, I think what they get wrong is they think they can buy attraction. They think if I treat her well, if I give her this lifestyle, if I show her safety, if I can do this, if I can do this, I can do this, she will love me deeply. Unfortunately, attraction is similar to friendship. You can't buy it. You cannot buy it, and you can't bypass it. So I think the fundamental mistake men make is they think attraction is something you can compensate. And I know I've said before in interviews that you can make up for looks by being funny and charming. I agree, but the key, I'm still sticking to that. What I'm saying is she has to be attracted to you. It could be your sense of humor. She has to find you physically attractive. If she doesn't find you attractive, there's nothing you can do. If she just doesn't do it. I need to explain that a bit better, because I've said in previous podcasts that you can compensate it through money or through charm. What I mean by that is she still has an underlying attraction. You can find a really funny man attractive. You can find a really charming man attractive. He might not be physically, but you can find him that. But if you haven't sparked that attraction in her, you won't get the respect out of her.
There's so much we don't understand about relationships, isn't there?
And it's so hard for men as well. I had a client the other day, and I was trying to explain to him, he made this mistake where he grew up watching a lot of rom-coms. So he would do this thing where he would write letters to girls and poems to girls, and he would treat them very well. And I just said, unfortunately, we are not attracted to that. Because even though it seems really nice and caring or whatever it is, it's still a feminine method of expressing love. And we're looking for the masculine method. We would rather be with the guy that we say, our anniversary is coming up Wednesday, don't forget, than the guy that writes us poems before he goes to bed. Because one leans into masculinity, the other leads into femininity. So the things that we complain about, oh, he didn't remember, it's coming up next week, or he's never written me a birthday card. The things that we complain about is actually the things that make men men. So it's very hard to decipher us.
Oof. Hey man, I don't need or mean to beat a dead horse. You heard the lady. You heard what, a lot of women find attractive. Now I would say there's women that, like the love letters. I would say there's women that probably do like, when you remember anniversaries and things like that. I'm not one of them. My memory's horrible, but there's there's women that like dudes that could do that. But I do agree with it, man. Attractive is number one. Attractiveness is number one. There's different women like different things. Like she said, dad bods, athlete looking dudes, muscle bound looking dudes, tall dudes, short dudes. Dudes with money, dudes, you know what I mean? Like, it's a plethora of different reasons why a woman might find you attractive, funny, charming, good speaker, whatever the deal may be. But the point is attraction, and without it, man, you beating it. It's like it's a no-win game, man. You dig what I'm saying? So, let's keep it going real quick. All right, next one.
Is female attractiveness and sexuality the ultimate commodity in our society?
And sadly, and women have realized that very quickly. What's happened is that women are starting to realize that in order to get a man to invest in you, to marry you, to have that kind of home, gone are the days where he's looking for somebody that will just treat you well and be loyal to you. They are willing to sacrifice that in order to be with a woman who looks great and knows how to perform sexually. So what's happened is the measuring stick which men use to invest in a woman is how much she pleases him sexually. So the good women, or the women that are not so sexually averse or not so attractive, are just thinking, I don't stand a chance, really, because even unattractive men can replace women with pornography, but unattractive women don't have a way of replacing men. So they suffer, and all they might turn to is surgeries and fillers and all that sort of stuff. So being an unattractive woman is a really difficult time to be alive for them. I think a lot of people talk about how hard it is for men that can't get women, but no one mentions how difficult it is for women who can't get men. They do exist. There's this kind of rumor online that every woman can have sex if she wants it. It's not that easy. If you're an unattractive woman, men would rather turn to porn than be with you. So she has it way harder than an unattractive man, because if he really wants to pleasure himself, he can do that himself.
Bruh, she said a mouthful right there. I kind of gotta disagree with her on the women part. And women, you know, it's hard on women and things of that nature. Look, dudes out here, they willing to, you know, railroad, whatever you want to call it, anything and everything, man. You know what I mean? Women has the commodity that all men want, including women. You know, even women want women. So, you know, I wouldn't say it's hard on ugly women, you know, and things of that nature, because I would say it's hard on ugly women because it's probably hard for them to keep a man. But as far as getting pleasure from a man, that's nothing. You know what I mean? But, you know, but yes, she got a point with female beauty being hell of a commodity, man. I always say this, bro. Billionaire, millionaire, whatever, you can't make love to the money. You dig what I'm saying? You could do all that you do. One thing all men have in common, from the doctor, the lawyer, the construction worker, whatever the deal may be, when them lights go off at night after that long, hard day, you know what I mean? They want somebody that they find attractive, that's beautiful, that they, you know, maybe love, maybe don't, whatever. I ain't even gonna bring love into this, but they want somebody or something that they can lay next to and enjoy, you know what I mean? And, you know, and it's nothing like enjoying somebody that, you know, you actually are attracted to, that you find beautiful, that you like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you making love to her and just like, damn, girl, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a different kind of feeling. So women do have that advantage, and you know, a lot of dudes do put that up on their list. You know what I mean? You know, you see these freaking entertainers, you see these professional athletes, you see these politicians. You know what I mean? Everybody having the same problems. You know what I mean? Getting caught up with some of the same strippers, same women in the city, same this, same that. I would say that, you know, as much as we will probably say gold and oil and all of that stuff is one of the highest commodities, bruh, I'm still gonna stand on my square when I say can't make love to oil, can't make love to money, can't make love to none of that. You did what I'm saying? There's plenty lonely billionaires out there. At the end of the day, female beauty, female attraction, one might be able to say that that is the number one commodity on the planet Earth, man. That's crazy to say, but yes, it's true, you know? On to the next one, all right? Let's go.
Are all romantic relationships transactional?
I think, here's the thing,
Even
I think
marriage?
unconsciously they have, I wouldn't say they're transactional, but I don't believe in unconditional love. I don't think love should be unconditional. Outside of your children and your parents, it's not going to be unconditional. I think if somebody treats you badly, you're no longer attracted to each other, somebody provides no benefit to you and you've got no connection, you're not going to be unconditionally in love with them. So I think there are always conditions, but some people's conditions are far more transactional than others.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it.
Yeah, so I would say, like, for example, my conditions might be that you have to be loyal to me, you have to be faithful, and, you know, you have to trust trust each other, etc. But another person's condition might be that you have to provide for me, you have to provide for my parents, and you have to do this, and you have to do. So just everybody has conditions. Some of those conditions are far more transactional than others, and how you know how transactional it is how attracted the person is. If they are genuinely attracted to you, it gets less and less transactional. As the attraction decreases, the transaction increases.
Damn, she's on fire. Oh my God. Sheesh. She said a mouthful. She said everything really right there. You know, if she don't like you like that, you about to pay. If the attraction is not there, the transaction is gonna be there. You know what I mean? She said everything. She said a mouthful. Guys, that just is pretty much saying everything we said in the beginning. And plus, to add to, relationships wise, I think all relationships are transactional. Even relationships that I have with my friends, bro. You feel what I'm saying? If if I wasn't getting no utility out of my friends, they wouldn't be my friends, and vice versa. That's just life. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as unconditional love. If somebody is mistreating me, if somebody is doing me wrong, whatever, deuces, and vice versa, and that's natural. Self-preservation is key. Taking care of yourself and your happiness is first and foremost, number one rule of life. So, that's why I would say definitely all relationships are transactional, and the less she likes you, the more transactional it's going to be. You know what I mean? Sheesh, she killed that. All right, let's keep it pushy, y'all.
Particularly when they are hyper attracted to a woman, they lose focus and they can't see straight.
And they have no other options in their minds.
They have no options. And the other thing, they just don't know what real love even has tasted like.
Maybe I think if you're going to get involved with a woman like that, you have to have like 7 options.
You have to. Yeah.
And if one's
but women
misbehaving,
like that don't go for men like that.
I'm
Sugar
sorry?
babies and gold diggers, they don't go for men with options.
So they want guys that are...
They want guys that are, have limited
Hooked.
options. Yeah, they don't go for men with options. You'll see very few sugar babies that go for men who are at their peak, and very few will go for men that have high self-esteem. Very few will go for men that grew up in a really healthy relationship with their mother. They usually, they can sniff out men with very low self-esteem and limited options. And how you can tell a man's got limited options is your beauty is enough to get him invested. There's nothing else to it. You don't even have to talk about a lot. You don't have to invest a lot. And I'm in Dubai where I see this quite regularly. And you'll see they'll go out for dinner and she's not even talking to him. She's on her phone, but he worships her. And she knows that it's purely physical. And because she knows she can manipulate a man physically, she automatically knows this man is probably used to pornography and I'm the best he's ever had, and therefore he's not going anywhere.
Oh boy. Look, I'll say this. We all know that gold diggers, they seek, hunt, and destroy. You dig what I'm saying? But let's not give, because she kind of knocked the sugar daddies too. And there are a lot of sugar daddies that's googly-eyed out here and that accepts anything and everything. There are a lot of dudes out here that, they get caught up in all beauty and that's it, the aesthetics and that's it. But let's not forget, there are some dudes, just like there are sugar daddies, just like they playing the game too. Just like the women that gold digger is on the offensive and she's attack mode, there's sugar daddies, there's dudes out here that playing the game that they on attack mode, they on the offensive too. And, so it's like they got enough to the point where it's like, oh, you think you playing me. You dig what I'm saying? But baby, you just a fun new toy right now. You know what I mean? And as soon as I get bored with this, or as soon as I see the next, beautiful thing that I like, kick you and toss you to the curb, and I'm on to the next one. So, that right there, gold diggers do seek, hunt, and in my opinion, destroy. They don't play. They don't care about your bank account, your feelings, nothing. They trying to get as much as they can out of you. You dig? But, don't be so scared or pissed off or whatever for the grandpas too, because A lot of them grandpas, boy, they know what they doing, man. They on point. You dig? All right, man. Let's keep it pushing.
So many people are getting by without any type of romantic relationship in their
Yeah,
lives.
but they do suffer. Yeah, they do suffer.
Are romantic relationships that important in our lives?
They're the fundamental ingredient for anyone's mental health. You cannot get through life without social connections. You physically can't do it. We are designed to be attached. And when you take a newborn baby, as soon as they're born, if it doesn't have someone to attach to, they essentially would erode. They've got no one to protect them. Now, I've met so many men who have not been in relationships for many years because they've got pornography and they're fine. But your body craves the touch and oxytocin of a human being. It just craves interaction. It craves being seen and heard. You crave these things because that's how you get feedback into knowing that you are sane. And how I can tell somebody is super, super lonely is they have very imaginary relationships. They'll be intensely invested into somebody they've met on social media that there's no reciprocity, or they will ruminate thoughts about a conversation that they had 2-3 months ago and it doesn't come out of their brain. So what happens when you don't have human interaction enough, the 1 or 2 human interactions you do have can leave your brain reeling over and over and over again, because your brain is trying to look for the sources of connection. So if you don't give it to your brain, it will create imaginary ones. And it's almost a form of psychosis, sadly.
Damn. Man, where do I start? She ripped that. Look, at the end of the day, I would say she just explained what OnlyFans is. At the end of the day, I would say that, okay, let's just say from this standpoint. Tricks. These dudes are tricks. Well, at the end of the day, you can say also that trick is happy because he's getting fulfilled. He's getting what he wants in return. Everybody getting their needs met, and they're good. The thing with the SIM, skip that middle letter, ING. The thing with them is they literally are like at home and just, paying for subscriptions for women's profiles. And then, they feel like King Kong when they tell the woman, like, look, I'll give you $1,000 to, go private and away from all of these suckers, or away from all these dudes on here watching you. Then they feel like the king, and the girl is like, doing this or saying that or fake, you know what I mean? Like just that superficial interaction, and that fulfills them, but it's not real human interaction. It's not real human body to body, like the universe, like the creator intended it for it to be. You know what I'm saying? So, man, she just really ripped that. That's OnlyFans right there in a nutshell. And that is not good for our psychosis. That is not good for nothing. That is not good for humanity, in my opinion. You dig what I'm saying? But all right, man, let's keep this going, y'all. We almost done. We halfway through. All right, let's go.
The core thing for women, evolutionary-wise, is somebody they cannot manipulate. You could be David Beckham. I could be dating David Beckham, right? Who is David Beckham? But if I realize in very few conversations that he's a bit of an idiot, I can tell him I'm here and he believes me, or I can tell him I lost my wallet and he gives me money, or I can tell him I'm with my friends when really I've got another man here and he believes me, David Beckham becomes somebody I don't respect. David Beckham becomes somebody I'll leave on read and won't even reply to his messages. So what happens is the ability to manipulate a man is something that not all women are intending to do this. We're not intending to do this. A lot of women, majority of women are not intending to do this. But when they meet a man they can do that to, good women filter themselves away from him. If a good woman would see that, even David Beckham is I don't want anything to do with it. He's lost his appeal. It will make only bad women select you. Women that are planning to come home late, women who are planning to talk to their ex-husband or ex-boyfriend, women who are planning to still, sell their body online or whatever it is. So when you are a man a woman can manipulate, automatically she cannot be attracted to you. She can't be attracted to you. It kills attraction, and here's why it kills attraction so deeply. It kills attraction is because fundamentally we're still looking for someone to protect us. Remember, that's how women are designed. Now, if you can't spot how I might be a threat to you, and the threats that I'm creating in your life by maybe I'm talking to another man, or I'm still selling my body, or I'm still doing this, if you can't spot those threats, how can I trust that you would be able to spot the threats when me and you go out and go into new environments? Or how can I trust that when another woman tries to manipulate you, you're going to stand your ground and see through it? I won't be able to relax because you can't protect me. How would you? How can I? If I can manipulate you, anyone can.
That last line said it all. She did a lot of talking in the beginning, but and she said a lot. But that last line said it all. If I can manipulate you, anybody can. If this pretty face can manipulate you, any other pretty face can. And that's just women doing their due diligence, protecting their own, protecting their children if they have some with you, et cetera, et cetera. They don't want to, she don't want to know that you're willing to give it all up, sign over the car note, sign over the house deed, to her. Because if you'll do it to her, you'll do it to the next girl. That's, it's bad. And now, if she stayed with you and y'all accumulated a lot more, you'll do it to the next, women. So I get that. She said it perfectly, man. So just give her props for that. You know what I mean? And real quick, she got a little bit more on this to say.
This is why nice guys finish last.
This is why nice guys finish last. And one thing I have to say about nice guys that finish last, in all of my experience of working with these guys, it's not that they're nice. I would replace that. It's not nice guys finish last. It's naive guys finish last. You can be incredibly nice, but if you're not naive, there'll be nothing to worry about. It's naive men that finish last. And here's, I think, the fundamental ingredient of naive men. They either grew up being hyper attached to their mother or having no father. And I think this is a really important trait that I find in naive men. What happened is that they either had no father, so they just didn't get his side of the story, or when they had a toxic father which made them over sympathetic to their mother. So then what happened is they just grew up thinking mom is right, dad is bad. They grew up with that dichotomy. And as a result, they somehow go into the real world thinking women are innocent and men are bad. So if she says to you, my ex was so toxic, he was a narcissist, she's like, oh my God, I totally believe you. Poor thing, let me help you. But whereas if you speak to a man who had an even skew growing up, he would know that mom can be a nightmare sometimes. Poor dad, look how she bullies him. And dad can be so annoying. Oh God, they're both a bit of a nightmare. When you grow up with that even playing field, when a woman says to you, oh, my ex was a narcissist, my ex was so abusive, this happened to me, woe is me. You're thinking, what did you do? Because you experienced that at home. Because I say this as somebody who's very attached to my mum and dad. But when my mum would say to me, oh, your dad did this today, I'd be like, yeah, but mum, what did you do? I know, come on, be honest, what did you do? Because they're both as bad as each other. But when somebody hyper attaches to one parent, they take that kind of blinkers into the real world. So I would say nice guys, what happened is either they just took the mum side too much, or they just didn't question reality. They have a really poor relationship with the truth. They don't look for truth. They just look for what they want to hear. So whatever's easier for them, they'll take that. They don't fact check anything. So I would say naive guys finish last. And if you want to be naive and you want to believe that this girl who, is, maybe a quarter of your age and genuinely loves you and is only talking to her ex because he's so toxic and she just needs closure, if you're that guy that believes it, just believe you're going to be upset coming forward.
Hey, man, again, she said a mouthful, man. I definitely like everything she just said right there. And fellas, man, it's okay, I guess, to be nice if that's your demeanor, you know what I mean? If it's not, point blank, be yourself. But at the end of the day, for heaven's sake, do not be naive. You know what I mean? Just keep your eyes wide open, man. Keep your head on the swivel, 360 at all times, and you'll be all right out here, all right? So I ain't going to be the dead horse. We're going to keep this thing going, man, all right? We're almost done, guys.
Certain men have given all men the reputation as being liars and cheaters.
Yes.
But in reality, I think I've heard you say that women are typically more guilty of this than men.
I would say women are by far more guilty of this, and I can't believe that we've kind of created this culture where we just believe that men are, you know, the liars and the cheaters. And I find it so fascinating that I'll have clients where the woman is literally cheating on her husband, and she'll say men are trash. Those words would leave her mouth when she's the one that's causing the lying, and she's like, oh, but Lord. Because here's the thing, I think here's the key difference between men and women. Women genuinely believe their lies. They believe the lies they tell themselves. So when they say, but it's not an affair, it's just emotional. And I'll say, oh, you had an emotional affair. Yeah, it was just an emotional affair. Did you ever sleep with him? Only a couple of times, but it was an emotional affair. They use that word emotional affair. If I could give one piece of advice to men, if you've ever heard the word emotional affair, she's been having plenty of sex. Plenty, and then some. They use the word emotional affair to make themselves feel less guilty. There's no such thing as an emotional affair. Look, I have many male friends in my life who I'm very, very close to. Now, if we're going to use the term emotional affair, that could be seen as an emotional affair because I talk to them every day, I love them, I care about them, they care about me, we call each other, whatever it is. The key reason it's not an affair is because there's no sexual interest on both of them. If you're saying emotional affair, what makes it an affair? It would just be a friendship, no? The fact that they're saying emotional affair is their way of diluting the truth. There was physical relationships, and here's the bigger problem. Men believe it. The bigger problem is, oh no, she had an emotional affair. I think she started talking to the guy, but nothing happened. You're a man, right? You're a man. Ask yourself this. If you're a man talking to a woman that you know is interested in you, so much so that she's risking her relationship, are you just going to talk to her? Are you not going to sleep with her? So you're just believing your woman's version of events, but try and think of it from the perspective of the man that she's talking to. There's a woman who's married or has a relationship, and she's risking it all and sending you pictures or sending you messages and calling you late at night. Wouldn't you think, whoa, she's risking it all, let me try my luck? How does it stay at emotional affair in your mind? Now, maybe there's times that there are emotional affairs because, you know, they live in a different country or this and that happens, but there seems to be a get out of jail card with the word emotional affair because men seem to think if it's just an emotional affair, it's okay. But it's usually they're telling themselves this lie. It's not true. Yeah? Emotional affair means physical affair, but if my husband comes to me and says, Sadia, I'm having an emotional affair, I'll go, shut the fuck up, you're sleeping with this girl. And I'm going to DNA test everything before, because I'm smart enough to know there's no such thing as an emotional affair. But if I tell a man that, for some reason he wants to believe that it was just an emotional affair because it protects his ego, I would honestly say, wake up.
Woo! Hey, look, guys, I always say this. People don't like when I say this. Men and women, men believe it or not too, but women, in my opinion, cheat way more than men. Maybe not as often, but definitely more in numbers, right? The reason I say this is just because they have the commodity that the world wants. And if that's the case, if the person has the commodity that the world wants, but the person, you know, the world doesn't have 24-hour surveillance on this commodity, then come on, guys, that's easy math. You know what I mean? Some could be given for free out the back door and at a discount to look like somebody paid for it at the front door. You dig what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, well, I'll just leave it with this, man. Absolute power absolutely corrupts. And when it comes to the sex game, when it comes to sex, mating between men and women have the control. Women have the power. So, you know, the proof is in the pudding, man. It is what it is. Y'all can lie to yourselves if y'all want. You know what I mean? All right, guys, we almost done. We about to end it right now. Let's go.
What is the attraction to bad boys or kind of emotionally unavailable women that are just crazy when you're younger?
I think for the bad boy, why it's attractive is here's the key with the bad boy. It's only flattering if a man loves you and is invested in you if he has alternatives. Bad boy tends to have alternatives. It is not flattering when the man that has zero alternatives, has nothing else going on in his life, tells you he loves you. So I wouldn't say we're attracted to bad boys. We're probably more attracted to the man that has a life that he enjoys with or without us. And because he has that, you know, whether we call him on the weekend or not, doesn't matter. It either be somebody else or he's got other things to go on and do and preoccupy. That's the guy we're slightly more attracted to. Whereas the guy that has nothing else going for him other than his obsession with us, we don't feel flattered by it. So we're quite, I would say it's more of a case of we're attracted to men that have a life that's worth living with or without us. Whereas the man that just dedicates everything to us, and men think that they're being really nice and they're really devoted, it signals a lack of utility. He's not doing enough.
Fellas, all she's saying is have a life, man. You know what I mean? Stop being bums out here. Get a life. Have a life. Have a life that you enjoy, whether or not anybody else is in the picture. You dig what I'm saying? And I can completely agree with that. I preach that. I say that. I live that. And yeah, it's just, maybe she's right. There is not a bad boy versus nice guy thing. It's just, you know, when you got somebody that's just, damn, I just met this new girl. It's all about this girl. It's all about this girl. It's all about this girl. You know, you got her in the scope and it's just da 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 da. This girl kind of get worn out. Like, damn, bro, like, why is he all up on me? Why is he all up into me? He don't even know me like that. Like, what's his problem? You're not curious enough to her. You know what I'm saying? She want to play detective too, my boy. She want to figure you out too. You feel me? Like, she want to try to, it's a game, man. She want to, like, she'll prefer, what do you think, man? The dude that always open, always available, or the dude that has to fit her in a schedule and fit her in his schedule, and then every now and then she's like, damn, you know what? I'm gonna make him fit me in my schedule. I'm gonna do him even better than I did him last time, or I'm gonna give him attention this time, that, or I'm gonna come to his house and, like, just do whatever just so that he can recognize that I need to be around more often. Like, bro, she's gonna work. Which one you think she's gonna work harder for? Whose attention you think she's gonna work harder for? You dig what I'm saying? So, I give her that, man. It might not be necessarily the bad boy thing. I think most girls do go through the phase where it's like the bad boys thing. But I mean, some women grow out of that pretty quick. And it's then it's like, especially when they get into careers after college and stuff. And then it's like, okay, you know what I mean? What dude has things going on compared to what dude is, is just not doing much of nothing. You dig what I'm saying? But anyways, guys, that was it. You know what I mean? Y'all can go check the link in the bio, and you can go check, Soft White Underbelly's channel out. One of the best channels on YouTube. I definitely enjoyed this. I definitely enjoyed it. And hopefully y'all enjoyed it. And we're going to keep this going. You know what I mean? Shakes the Great.